Are you looking for the best way to tow your trailers? And you want to move away from the old chain style hitches that are out there? And you also want sway control and weight distribution built in? Well, look no further than the Fastway's E2 Hitch. Stay tuned to learn more. Alright guys, so let's talk about the Fastway E2 Hitch for just a minute. Alright, so if you compare it to some of the chain style hitches that are out there today, the first thing you're going to notice is the addition of spring arms. Now what does that do? What makes it different? So these spring arms are a lot more easy to manage than chains are, and they're more out of the way and just convenient to use when you're towing a lot or moving your trailer, putting the trailer back on. In many cases, the spring arms are just easier to manage, and they serve multiple roles, which we'll get into in just a minute. Okay, so let's take a minute and talk about weight distribution, why you need it, why it's important, and how this kit can help achieve that weight distribution that you need. Okay, so first of all, in many cases you'll probably have noticed a big trailer and a small truck. There's going to be a little bit of sag in the center where the trailer meets the hitch. And that's pretty common now, but what is sag actually doing? What is it? So what sag is doing, it's actually putting a lot of the weight on the rear axle of the vehicle, and what that's doing in turn is removing some of the weight from the front axle. Now, what does that do though? So if you remove a lot of the weight from the front axle, that's what you use to steer with, so you're removing some of the stability and traction that you have to the road, which actually is pretty dangerous. So to help alleviate that, these kits, or this E2 kit, has a built-in weight distribution, and these are from the spring arms. Now what this does, so what we're going to do, take the spring arms from the hitch, and these are going to attach to the trailer with these L brackets here, and we're going to lift it up. And that's going to take a lot of the weight off the rear axle, and it's going to distribute it along to the front of the trailer. So that's going to help that weight distribution happen. So the front's going to be lifted up, the front of the trailer will be lifted up, the rear of the truck will also be lifted up, and it'll help create this balance that we need. And that's ultimately going to put that weight back on the front of your vehicle and give you that control back where you need it. Okay, so with that said, let's talk about sway control now. Alright guys, so if you have a hitch, or if you've been in the hitch industry for a while, you're going to know that a lot of hitches out there already come with the weight distribution included. That's just part of the kit. But not many of them come with the sway control built in. Now, you can buy some add-on bars that are going to help compensate for that lack of sway control, and those typically come included with a steel on a brake pad. Now, steel on brake pad is great. That's what trucks and cars use to create that friction to slow down. Now, I'm going to say this word or this phrase maybe once or twice, but I'm going to say the coefficient of friction. Now that is a scale from 0 to 1. If you're at a 0, that's pretty much like your vehicle is sliding on ice. So there's almost no friction at all. If you're at the 1, that's the highest amount of friction that you can have between two surfaces. That's almost like you've been glued to the ground and you cannot move. So if you're using steel on a brake pad, that is about a 0.4 on that scale. So it's pretty good. It's about halfway up the scale. It's doing its job pretty well. I mean, it works for us every day in our vehicles. But if you're looking for a more heavy-duty application, if you're hauling a trailer, for instance, or for instance trains actually use a steel-on-steel friction. And what I mean by that is they have the steel wheels and the steel rails. Now, steel-on-steel is about a 0.78 on that scale, so pretty much double that of a brake pad on steel. Now, I'm saying this all to say that the E2 is actually on a steel-on-steel application. So there's the steel spring bars, and there's the steel L bracket, the rigid L bracket. Now what that's going to do, so steel on steel, it's going to create a lot of friction when your trailer tries to sway. That friction really is going to slow that sway down and prevent it from giving you any white knuckles like that's happened in the past, I'm sure. So it's going to prevent any of that, and that's going to give you more peace of mind, and that's going to keep your trailer nice and sturdy when you're going down the road, especially in windy conditions, or if you're on the road with a lot of trucks that day. It's just good to have, the more friction the better. Okay, so we've talked about the E2 hitch, what makes it stand out against some of the traditional chain style hitches out there. We talked about weight distribution and sway control. We hope we presented this content well and that you've learned a lot from the video. And if you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and so you can find more content like this in the future. Leave us some feedback as well. We'd love to hear back from you and see what you thought about the video. And if you want more details on this product or part number, please check the description below. We'll have all the part numbers listed there below for your application, as well as a dealer locator, so you can find this at a dealer near you. Thanks again for tuning in. This has been Total Truck Centers in the Garage.